Hi, I'm in the middle of a rainstorm in South Africa. I almost got eaten by hyenas today. It's like my dad always says, rub some dirt on it and get back out there. My Wetsocks, we're going on a family trip to Africa. I'm not even kidding. This is the real life Lion King, and our flight leaves in about 6 hours. Over the past couple of years, we've been reviewing this ridiculous show together as a family, and there's a lot of cast members that are from Africa. Of course, I'm gonna be traveling with my mom and dad, and yes, our little brother Christian. Mom and dad don't want to be on camera that much. However, Christian has volunteered as tribute, so. That night, I took an Uber from our Wetsock Manor to the airport. There, I met up with our family, went through security, and made it to the Club World Lounge. The lounge in Las Vegas isn't anything to write home about, to be honest. After eating some buffalo cauliflower and a pulled pork sandwich, we boarded our flight to London. Once at the Heathrow airport, we would get on a connecting flight to Capetown, South Africa. Cheers, Wetsocks, and looky here, Dad's vampire movie was an option, but we already saw it multiple times, so I decided to watch Med 2, and I lost so many brain cells in the process. For the appetizer, I was feeling real wacky, so I got the burrata, and for the main, I ordered the turkey dinner. The food on British Airways was pretty good. I'd rate it an 8 out of 10 for airline meals. I slept for 5 hours, then woke up for breakfast. There were tater tots. As I landed in Heathrow Airport, I took a diabolical shit, and then we boarded our next flight to Cape Town. British Airways has outdone themselves this time. They served me the best smoked salmon I've ever had on an airplane. Easily a 10 out of 10. For the main, I got the Welsh lamb with the potatoes au gratin and green beans. That was a 9 out of 10. Incredible. The grub on the second flight was better than the first flight. I don't know about y'all, but I really enjoy looking at the map while we're in the air because I want to see all the countries we're passing. On the flight from London to South Africa, I slept for about 4 hours, and the rest of the time I was watching dumb movies and annoying our little brother Christian. Once we landed in Cape Town, I called us an Uber to our hotel. Our hotel's name is Erinvale, and this hotel is located about 30 to 45 minutes outside of the city center in the vineyard region. My mom, dad, and brother all love to drink wine and go on walks, so I thought this hotel would be a great place to spend our first night in South Africa. Not to mention, the name Erinvale sounds like something out of Lord of the Rings, you know what I mean? After checking in and collecting our passports, we asked if there was a gym on the property. Unfortunately not, Socks, but they gave us a gym in a bag, which is just a couple free weights and a yoga mat. Better than nothing, I guess. We were then shown our rooms. While our brother Christian, being the Giga Chad that he is, was hitting his reps, I filmed the bathroom because it was nicer than how it looked in the pictures, to be honest. After we hit our workout and showered, we walked around the grounds and the views were breathtaking, especially the mountains in the distance. South Africa kind of looks like Narnia to me at times. We went clay pigeon shooting and practiced our archery as well. Christian and I are insanely competitive in a healthy way. He beat me at archery, but I was more accurate than him when it came to shooting. My favorite part was the drive out to the range, though, because of the scenery. Y'all gotta remember, I live in the desert with casinos, so seeing trees this massive and old immediately put me in a better mood. Not to mention, the air is way cleaner here than in Las Vegas. In Star Wars terms, I basically went from Tatooine to Endor. After we got done with shooting, we ate at a restaurant by our hotel, and I got a ribeye steak with fries for $14, which is way cheaper than it would be in Vegas. After we ate and drank a bit, we walked back to our hotel room, and I was in such a food coma plus jet lagged that I fell asleep by 7 p.m., which is the earliest I've ever gone to bed in my life. I look like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I got a little bit burnt in this South African sun, which makes a lot of sense because I am white as a ghost. Feel like Casper out here, but hopefully by the end of the trip I leave with a tan. So far it's been lovely. People are nice here, very accommodating, very friendly. I've been sweating like crazy. It's a different humidity here because in Vegas it's dry heat and it gets really hot in the summers. Here I wasn't expecting the humidity, so I had to rip through like 2 shirts yesterday. When Christian got out of the shower, we made our way to breakfast where Erinvale had an incredible spread. Pork sausage. Oh my god. The beef sausage. We got options.
Wow, that's perfectly cooked.
So British.
Perfectly.
Ooh. And the eggs. Ooh. Oh wow. French toast and beetroot pancakes. I've never had those before. They got a whole cereal selection, guys. Very nice. An honest review of a beetroot pancake. Well, you can't beat that. After breakfast, we checked out of our hotel and made our way to the airport to catch our flight to Kruger National Park. We stayed at the Siviti Lodge in the Thorny Bush, which is a private nature reserve that's open to the greater Kruger National Park. The flight from Capetown to Kruger was about 2 hours long, and when we landed in Kruger, we collected our suitcases and then our driver picked us up in a van. On the way to Siviti, within 10 minutes, we saw baboons along the road. Made sense, we saw them there because they're omnivores and will eat just about anything they can get their hands on. However, if you come here, please don't feed the baboons. They actually live in a dominance hierarchy, so if you give them food, you are showing the baboon that you are its subordinate when we are too alpha for that one. And secondly, it's not real wise to give them food because you don't want them hanging around the roads because God forbid someone runs them over. If Big Ed was here, he would be so scared. He freaked out about those little monkeys in the Philippines. These baboons are way bigger than those. I took the sighting of the baboons as a good sign, Socks. We already saw one of the animals we wanted to see. And after 30 minutes, we drove through the Siviti security gate and immediately saw elephants and buffalo.
Hi guys.
And there's more buffalo.
Oh, look at them when they wiggle their ears. The buffalo are so cute, and so are the elephants. It's rare to see buffalo and elephants before even going on our first safari, especially because they're members of the Big Five. So I baby talked this buffalo, and he hits his little stompy stomp.
Hi, Mr. Stinky.
After about 3 more minutes of driving, we pulled up to our Casa homestead and were greeted by the whole staff. Everyone was very friendly. Rico and Winter helped us with our luggage. Rico is our safari driver and guide, while Winter rides in the front of the vehicle and specializes in finding animal tracks. Both are vital to the experience. They're very professional, and they have worked these jobs for numerous years, and they actually really enjoy what they do, which makes the experience so much more enjoyable for the guests. As we walked up to the house, I got hit with the blast of air from the kitchen. Turns out it's lunchtime, and Chef was whipping up a one-way ticket of Flavor Town. For lunch, we had chicken skewers, Caesar salad, short rib, quiche, and homemade bread. Everything was fresh and delicious. Our house manager then gave us a tour of each room. My parents naturally took the master bedroom, as they should. Christian claimed the upstairs room because he's Batman, and I claimed the bedroom closest to the kitchen because I'm Fat Man. Anyways, who wants a room tour? First of all, we have the bed with the mosquito nets, which are absolutely vital, especially at night, because our blood tastes good and we don't want to get bitten. We got a beanbag right here. We got a dope picture of elephants. We also saw elephants on the way over here, which was sick nasty, to be honest. I was not expecting that at all. We got a rack for our clothes right here. And then this is the bathroom. As you can see, very spacious bathroom. We like it a lot. Great shower. Here we got the sink. We got the mirror soddeds. We got the safe right here. Anytime we see a bug, we're gonna blast them. Hand towels, shower towels, extra toilet paper. Okay, and here is the toilet, AKA the throne. And then out here, this is actually pretty cool, guys. So they got a tub outside, and we share this with our little brother Christian. So we gotta coordinate when he's going in the tub versus when I'm going in the tub. And animals can come right up to us. However, lions cannot get in. Anything that can actually attack us and destroy us can't get in. So it's good that a lion can't come up and kill us while we're in the tub. You know, gives me peace of mind. I don't want my mind to go to the worst place. Don't want to pull a Mary. Oh, that's real cute, guys. Look at this for our dirty towels. We can hang them up on the elephants. In about 20 minutes, our guide is going to come pick us up and we're going to go look for more animals. Now, I told him that we already spotted elephants and buffalo, so that made him super happy because he can check those off the list. But we're here to see the Big Five. And I'll tell you what, I really want to see baby hippos because I always said Gilly was a hippopotamus, and that was our big dog, our big English Mastiff that unfortunately passed away. And I always made the joke that he looked like a hippo. Before going on our first safari, we saw some South African antelope in the backyard. After watching them walk past the property for a bit, we walked over to our safari vehicle. Rico served Christian and I some beers, which was class of him. Then we began our first safari. First animal spotting was 2 zebras, one of which had its tail bitten off. After the zebra spotting, we saw more elephants.
does that mean? Oh, he wets himself. He's so smart.
Pouring mud and water all over.
He's so smart.
It's warm today, so this is now the perfect day for it to cool down. Almost as if you can compare to us being in the heat all day long and then having. Yeah, so water is obviously extremely important for elephants. Good afternoon.
We also spotted a whole bunch of impalas, which are medium-sized antelopes that roam the savanna and light woodlands of eastern and southern Africa. What can I say, Socks? The vibes were immaculate. Check out how close these elephants were getting to our vehicle.
He's just come to say hello to us. How are you doing? Listen to the mud, right? All the details.
Bro, this is crazy.
There's no smell.
I can't sing elephants' praises enough. They are exceptionally smart creatures. They have the largest brain of any land animal and 3 times as many neurons as humans. Elephants are known to form strong social bonds with other elephants, and they can also form relationships with humans. In some cases, elephants have been known to show affection and form friendships with specific humans, such as their caretakers or researchers who have spent significant time with them. Majority of the day, you're going to see the elephants feeding on grass. We're talking about 20 hours of eating a day. Adults sleep about 4 hours a day, and I caught a couple elephants sleeping during the safari, and it's comedy to watch because the adults sleep while standing up and in small increments. So you might be watching an elephant eat and then fall asleep for about 5 minutes standing up, then get back to snacking on those greens. The next majestic members of the big 5 that we spotted were lions, also called the king of the jungle. The lion is one of the most powerful creatures in its environment. Other predators such as leopards, cheetahs, and hyenas can try a 1v1 but are no competition for the powerful lion, which can decapitate a hyena with one single paw strike. We got a gorgeous female lion on top of the hill. As we drove away, we realized why she was acting as lookout. Just up ahead was a massive herd of buffalo. The lions were resting and saving their strength for the night hunt.
There's a bird on the buffalo's
Oh,
head.
big dudes. That's cool. Oh gosh.
No, that horn is broken and that would leave a blood trail. So that horn would have been broken off.
Here's the thing with lions. They have similar eyesight to humans during the daytime, but at night they can see 8 times better than us. A pride this size will definitely have better odds hunting during the cover of darkness, and although lions are one of the largest feline animals in the entire world, like I said earlier, these male buffalo gigachads are 2,000 pounds of everything you don't want to wrestle with. As we know, there are weight classes for a reason, and even in the wild, it's all about choosing your target carefully. What these lions are looking for is an older female buffalo, either limping from a previous injury or missing a horn, perhaps a young calf. If they fail to take down a buffalo, they can always go for an impala because that's an easier kill. Not as much meat for sure, but there's a saying, some cake is better than no cake, if you catch my drift. We continued on with our scenic drive, and during the sunset we saw a massive herd of elephants numbering around 60, which is rare to find. Rico does this every day and hasn't seen a herd this big in 5 months.
So fucking beautiful.
Oh my god, look.
Bro's massive.
Guys, it's not
Look at the veins in his back foot. He's
beautiful.
jacked.
Look at his arm.
So it just shows you if you're nice and relaxed, he's just gonna move fast.
We celebrated our first safari with some cold ones and some snacks, walked around the forest a bit, near the car of course, not trying to get eaten. I took a piss behind a bush, and then we made our way back to the house. Chef whipped up a phenomenal meal, tomato soup for the starter, and for the main, quail, salmon, veggies, mashed potatoes, and mushy peas. Later that night, we invited Winter and Rico for drinks in our backyard, blasted some 80s music, and had ourselves a night. Hey Socks, it's day 2 of going on safari in Kruger National Park. Yesterday, we saw lions, we saw buffalo, and we saw hella elephants. Today, we're trying to find rhinoceros, and we're trying to find leopards. Let's see what we can find. We're going exploring. We're like Bilbo Baggins, we're going on an adventure. Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy Christmas, Socks. The first animals we saw on our second safari day were elephants, followed by a pride of lions that were chowing down on an impala that they captured last night.
Crunching on the barracks. Dan, this little cat's coming right by you.
Oh my god.
Dan?
This shit is hilarious. So elephants do not like lions at all, and this bull was pretending to be eating, but he was slowly but surely making his way over to where the male lions were, and eventually the male lions ran away with their tail between their legs because they did not want to take that big bull on. Trust me, I'm not saying the lions are cowards by any way, shape, or form. It's just an unnecessary battle that isn't worth fighting, especially because they already ate the impala to the point that all that was left was a skull. So why would they stay and try to defend a grass area? They don't even eat grass. They might as well go with their family to look for more food. And the elephant was just trying to establish dominance. Rico said this happens all the time.
Merry Christmas.
As we were driving, we couldn't help but notice that there's many termite hills, so we stopped and Rico gave us a brief explanation of how they're built and also informed us that the termite queen can live up to 45 years. Our next animal sighting was a really cool one. We saw a warthog, aka Pumbaa from The Lion King. Unfortunately, he was so fast, he was like Speedy Gonzalez out there, so I managed to get a picture of him but not a video for our video. My bad, guys, I dropped the ball. Warthog's weight ranges from 110 pounds to 120 pounds. There are videos I could pull up of lions killing warthogs. They certainly have a lot of predators. Can't even blame the predators of the warthog though, because bacon do be delicious. The next members of the Big Five we saw were 2 female rhinos.
Hi, beautiful girl. Oh, okay. We won't bother you.
They're so...
To see that horn, she's just gotten some mud on her horn now. And the group of rhinos is called a crash.
Crash.
A crash, the collective noun, a crash of rhinos. Probably about 1.5 tons. Whereas the biggest big bulls would weigh up to about 3 tons.
At this time, the rain started to really pick up, so we made our way back to the house, but along the way, we came across a dazzle of zebras. Did you know that that's what they call a group of zebras? A dazzle?
Tiny. Look at this. That's a great shot.
Zebra on the hill.
Wow.
Wow, that is a beautiful shot.
That is a good shot, guys.
Very, very young, eh?
Guys, they're very strong.
Oh, that's so cute, guys.
It's like 2 days old, I think.
Come
wow.
2 days, maybe less,
Our
maybe
Christmas
less.
Really?
baby. Look.
Right before we got back to the house, we came across a parade of elephants, and one of them did a little dancey dance.
Look at the big ones, guys.
Big guy. Elephants.
Is that a dance?
He did it. He's so beautiful.
We also saw a leopard tortoise who is part of the small 5. So there's the Big 5 and the small 5. So we're checking off all kinds of lists of animals.
He's very sweet.
Super cool, and that's
Super
more or less.
cool.
This one is probably about 35 years old.
I like totals. Anyway, we got back to our homestead and I was soaking wet. We parked the car, I ran to my shower, put on clean clothes, and I couldn't wait to talk to you guys about today. The mama lion went right by Christian and I could feel him. He was holding his breath. You know, like you're nervous because you don't realize how big they are until you're right in front of them. And they're just magnificent. The way they move, the way they look, they're so aware of everything. Because when you're in the tour cars, you're not really protected. These things can jump right up and grab you, but they don't. They have this trust from years and years and years of people coming and taking their photos. And basically the way that the animals see the car is that you're not supposed to stand up because then they can pick you out. But when you sit down, they think it's just one big animal, and that's how they see it. So we're driving around today, we're seeing all these animals. All of a sudden it starts raining like crazy. And earlier our tour guide told us a sign of the rain is when they see chameleons. So we saw a chameleon crossing the road and turtles crossing the road, and that's a sign that the rain is coming.
Move so strange.
Yeah, so you would rock like that.
Yeah.
And that's to make himself look like a leaf that's blowing over the road.
Wow.
And now he's gonna change color. He's gonna go darker. Look at him.
So when we saw that, he was like, oh yeah, it's gonna rain. And then when it started pouring a little bit, we were like, oh, this is nothing. It was sprinkling, and then it quickly turned into what felt like a monsoon. I'm not even kidding. I got B-roll of it. I'm gonna play right here. We made it back, and we had a great breakfast. I'll show some B-roll of that. We're going to get massages, and then we're gonna go right back at it for the afternoon safari. And I can't wait. I wanna see more animals. The only animal we haven't seen from the Big Five is the leopards. And you know, the leopard is the main villain in Tarzan, other than the hunter. So yeah, we want to see the leopards. And you know, they're the strongest pound for pound cat in the whole world. I don't know if you knew that. They hate water, so what they do is they go in the trees. So we're looking up at the trees, but the problem is when it's raining, it's like I'm looking up in the trees and the rain hitting me in the eyeball, and I'm like, oh my God. And then I have to wipe my eyes and then look up again, and I'm looking around trying to find this thing.
Looking for leopards and trees. Brother.
So obviously we paid extra to be in the house, and because we're in the house, we're not doing what the other guests of the lodge are doing. Guess what they're doing, guys? Because it's raining, they've actually canceled all their tours. Because of the heavy rain, they're watching nature documentaries. Meanwhile, we have our own car and we can go out. We're the only people that are gonna go out tonight. Isn't that great? I don't know if y'all can tell because of the energy difference, but I got a great sleep last night. The jet lag screwed me over just enough to make me actually have a really good sleep schedule. So I get tired around 8, 9 p.m. and I'm waking up at like 4:35 a.m. While searching for signs of the leopard, we came upon 4 rhinos that were cooling off in the muddy water.
Wow. That's awesome.
That's a huge mom.
That's a mama?
Oh, yeah.
Right here?
The female here would be about 2 tons, so a lot bigger.
Wow. Hi.
The rhinos jump in the water, then they rub themselves on the trees to get rid of flies and parasites on their backs and sides.
So this is a mixture. So at the back, the mom would be at the front.
Yeah.
That's a huge female at the front. Oh, look at
That's
that.
a male, huh?
And good news, everyone! Someone spotted a leopard in a tree, so we made our way over there. This right here is Malawan. He's the biggest male leopard in Thorny Bush and one of the biggest in Kruger National Park. Malawan's a big Giga Chad cat, and we were enjoying watching him take his little cat nap up there in the tree. I was taking photos of him. Rico was kind enough to emulate a wounded animal call so that Malawan would look my way and we could get the money shot. That's right here. Let me paint the picture and set the scene for you. So Malawan was chilling up in the tree and a dumb impala came walking underneath the tree. So what did he do? He jumped off the tree, broke its back, and started eating its guts. So after eating a bit of guts, he decided to go back to the tree and take a power nap. But uh-oh, what did he spot? A hyena was coming this way. So he went right back down to eat what he could of the impala before the hyena comes to steal it. Because here's the thing with leopards. They're solo creatures. They're very stealth. However, the wild dogs and the hyenas can rip them to shreds because they hunt in packs. As y'all are aware, hyenas cannot climb trees, so the leopard's safe up there in the trees, but on the ground, it is not safe. So what Malawan's trying to do right now is get a couple bites, or I thought perhaps he was gonna grab the impala and bring it up to the tree, because I've seen many videos of leopards do that. They're the pound for pound strongest cat, and they literally grab these carcasses with their jaws and then start doing pull-ups into the tree, clawing into the tree and lifting it up. The strength it takes is incredible. Right now I'm gonna play that clip of Malawan descending from the tree to the ground, digging into his kill before the hyena came and jacked his kill.
Film.
He's finding which way he wants to jump. Oh, and now he's just looking at Danielle. That is insane. Would you? We're getting so lucky, guys.
This is really probably the most beautiful scene.
Wow. He's coming down.
He's going to go down.
He's coming down. He's
Going
coming
to go down the tree there.
Oh.
He's going to come to the kill. All the hours a day's got. We got you the exact
Time he moved.
time we should have been here.
Do you think he's gone to the bathroom?
Look at that dewlap. That, yeah, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas,
I
guys.
think this is a perfect gift, eh?
Dude.
Couldn't have asked for a better gift. Oh. Lenny, I'm gonna pull out. You can come and take my spot there. I'll make food for you, Jim. Goodness, I'm sure tomorrow. Our lodge, Siviti, would be over here. So we drove this road up here, knowing that he was here, and we found him on this road. But he controls this entire territory, basically, Thorny Bush.
Wow.
But he goes into our neighboring reserve up in the northern part, which would be the Klasuri and the Timavati, as well as the Timavati on this side, technically speaking, the Greater Kruger National Park. And then he would have at least 4 females that we know of. So there must be more that he's gotten cubs with. He's in control of this entire area. So he is the man, he's the dude, he's the stud, he's the good-looking chap. He's the one that the females are after, and he gets them. He doesn't have to do a lot. So he would scent mark and patrol this entire territory, walk around here. He would definitely go over our boundary into that area, and then he would scent mark it by urinating on bushes. He would scent mark by rasping, roaring. He's part of the big cat family, the Panthera family. So he would do something called rasping. Rasping is, it sounds like somebody cutting through wood. It's like a very deep noise, and that would tell other males that, listen, I'm the boss. I'm in this area. Don't come closer. Leopards are not very confrontational. They often size each other up. He's got 2 sons that are in this vicinity here, that are about well, the one is about 2 years old, the other one is a little bit older, 2.5, but different mothers, that he's been slowly but surely pushing out towards the south. So they're slowly but surely moving in this direction. But he came from here, and he was born inside our lodge, which is incredible. And we just saw him up in the tree, came down the tree. I mean, we were so fortunate, so lucky. And to have him facing us, and then at the same time feeding a bit, plucking out, that is special. That's the cherry on the cake. Leopard out here in the wild, special. Elusive, secretive cat. So, I mean, I think that puts it more or less into perspective.
Incredible.
Awesome.
But this map here times, I mean, we're looking at 40,000 acres. The entire Kruger National Park would be 6 million acres.
Wow.
Yeah, so I think we need, how many A4 pages do we need to fill the entire
Right.
Kruger National Park?
Right.
So this is just a drop in the bucket as to how big the Kruger National Park is. It's a fantastic spot. But
Incredible.
yeah, down here in the south, no real big male leopards. He's got that beautiful thick dewlap like Vin Diesel. So, and it works for Vin Diesel. It works for him as well.
Thank
Oh,
you.
very cool,
Thank
eh?
you.
The safari continued, Socks, and as we were driving, we noticed that there was a dung beetle, and Rico was kind enough to give us more information about them.
And then what she will do is she'll just cling on to the dung ball, and as he rolls the dung ball, she would lay the eggs, and the small little beetles would feed on the dung itself. So it's
Wow.
food for them.
So
To
they're
a
a
point,
team.
they're a team.
Yeah.
And they would feed
they
from
gotta
the
have
inside.
the
Is he trying to
so-
pinch you more?
Yeah, look at him fighting my hand.
Dude.
Wow.
This guy is like nuts. He's like on roids. So this specific family, there's a family called the klepto corporates. They steal one another's, let me say, dung balls. And now he's like, hey, now he's fighting with the wrong person. And he realized that he was fighting his wife. Incredible animals. At night time, they can actually navigate by using the stars.
No way.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're
Look at him.
intelligent?
So I wouldn't say intelligent, but very, very well adapted to
Right.
what they need to do.
It's
And
like-
Exactly. They do.
getting
It's
a
like
dung
that
ball.
little beetle that went
Yeah.
under the skin of the mummy.
Dung beetles.
Do those
Can they
There's
fly?
about 740 dung beetles in South Africa.
740.
740. That's a lot of dung beetles. I mean, from the tiniest little
740?
from the tiniest little dung beetle that you can barely see with the naked eye to the largest ones.
740 species, you mean?
Yeah,
Oh,
species.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
species. I mean,
Wow.
this guy's.
He's never
this
going to
is
give
insane,
up.
eh?
Now put it down and see what
Yeah.
is he rolling it? Where
So-
does he roll it to?
So he's gonna roll it to a spot with very, very loose sand, and then what will happen is he will leave the female there, and she will take care of the ball.
He's very
and
strong.
then eventually,
Would you look at
that.
this guy?
Look at the
He's
strength.
a workaholic.
Brute strength.
Cute.
It never stops. I promise you. This goes on all day long.
But he's gonna go under.
He's
He's
gonna
rolling
get
the
run
other
over.
way though.
That's insane.
Does it matter which way they go?
Not really. Not really.
Well,
So
now he's
he
going
keeps
back
rolling.
up the
He
road.
just keeps
He was
on-
coming down
he just
the road,
keeps
now
on
he's going
rolling.
back up.
And let me turn it. Let's quickly see what he does. I'm gonna turn him around and see if he. So there we go. We've just established that he doesn't really care in which direction he moves it in. But I mean, he's not gonna really push it into deeper, thicker vegetation.
Because it's too much work.
But they often find it very tough to climb or at least go up a very steep hill. You see that? There
Oh,
we
he
go,
just flipped
back.
over.
There we go, flipped over. Start all over again. Get on top of the ball. Make sure no other males
That's
coming
so
in to steal
Would you
his dung
believe
ball
this?
and his wife. It's so
The
cool.
males
eh?
steal the wives too.
Yeah. So
so
like other males would come in here. The other males are so sneaky. They would literally wait for him to do all the hard work, do everything, and then come in here, fight this poor male that's done all the hard work, and then steal
Because he's tired.
not just the ball, but also the wife,
Wow.
the lady, the
Isn't
female.
that
Oh,
crazy?
imagine.
That's
insane,
messed
eh?
up.
And will they
Insane,
kill?
because he
kill
would be
the- kill
tired.
them?
He would be tired, so he doesn't have the energy to fight back. So he would eventually just give up and say, "All right, take the ball," and
And
you
my
start
wife.
all over the next day.
After that, we kept driving and we noticed the sun was going down, and at night there's a whole bunch of bugs that come out. So when the bugs come out, we bring out these hats that are just ridiculous. It reminds me of Paul's full bodysuit he wore before he went over to Brazil. As we were driving, Rico pointed out that there was a wildebeest in the distance. Wildebeest weigh around 500 pounds. And then we noticed that there was a hyena, and we pulled up to the hyena and it was sitting very nice and allowed us to take videos and pictures of it. What a class dude.
Sorry.
So that is like I said, you can see his lady part or male parts. Exactly the same. I would say that's a male. The females would be twice the size.
Wait, they get twice the size.
Oh yes. Oh, yes.
Rico pointed out to us that this hyena was a scout and or a lookout, so we should go find the rest of the pack, and we did. It turns out that there were around 25 to 30 hyenas that were eating a water buffalo in the water.
Something dead here. There's a hell of a lot of hyenas. There's something dead here, guys. Let's see what's there.
Look what they're eating.
There's
It's
a lot
a
of hyenas.
baby.
Oh, they're trying on. This is such an incredible sight. That looks like the carcass of a hippo, a dead hippo. Oh, let's skip the lines. This is insane. This is way better, trust me.
Way better. Yeah, the
Way
lions are
better,
sleeping.
trust me.
Go in the water, no problem.
As relaxing as this was, when you're actually physically there, it's kind of scary because you're surrounded on both sides by these hyenas. They're coming right by the car. And they're kind of unpredictable. They look a little demonic. It doesn't help that their hind legs are shorter than their front legs, and their jaw strength, they're so strong, and they hunt in packs. The fully grown female hyenas are around 220 pounds. And fun fact, for the Nigerian mafia, some drug lords actually use them as bodyguards because they're trainable.
A massive male buffalo. I'm sure they, I mean, a clan this size, we just need at least 20 hyenas. He was perhaps evil.
Right.
I think that's what happened. They just kill it consciously. Just wore him down to the point where he collapsed and ripped him into pieces. I mean, look at that.
You watch them, look, they
the
just...
water doesn't really bother him. Those lions wouldn't really like that. Lions wouldn't go into the water. Unless they really need to. Yeah. But look at their bellies, full bellies.
Oh, really?
Hyenas get a bad rep, and I understand why, but they really are amazing creatures. I'll tell you what, walking into this, I thought they were stupid because of how the Lion King depicted them. They have a higher success rate in terms of hunting than lions do, and a lot of that is because of how smart they are in terms of their formation while hunting, how they stalk their prey. If they chase a leopard up into a tree, they'll stick a couple scouts there to camp out and wait for it to come down. And then the other ones will look for alternate sources of food. It's almost like the majority of the hyenas are in the center, and then they have scouts on the outskirts of their formation to look for more food. And then if there's predators coming, then the scouts will come back and alert the pack. It's very smart the way they go about things. I saw a video on YouTube of a lion that caught a hyena, and the other hyenas were so brave, they came over to instigate a fight with the lion to release the member of their pack. And I'll tell you what, even if that lion killed that member, they would eat that member. That's how gnarly hyenas are. They will eat anything, even members of their pack. If they're already dead, they don't care. They're just survivors, and I think, to be honest, after watching them work, I was impressed. Once back at our Siviti homestead, we had a beautiful dinner, we went to bed, and then next thing you know, my whole family was banging on my door at 4 a.m.
Hey Sarts, I just woke up. It's about 4 a.m. And from the sounds of it, there's a battle ensuing.
Guys, my family wasn't being dramatic. We're under attack. Look at all the insects. It's like Brandon and Mary's wedding. Guys, Mom made a barrier because look at the bugs. Look at the size of these things. When I woke up, I was so discombobulated. I looked outside and I saw millions of insects. I've never seen anything like it. It turns out that these were termites. Rico told us the next day that this was a Christmas morning miracle because at 4 a.m., because of the heavy rain, all the termites hatched. And these are members of the termite royal family. What they do is they fly, they make love, the men die, and then the woman loses her wings, and then she has to make it outside, and after 1 year, she becomes a termite queen.
Please.
Guys, we're not even exaggerating.
This is fucked up.
Are you kidding me? Do you guys remember that scene in Starship Troopers when that old man says, the only good bug is a dead bug? I felt that, and so did my entire family, so we were smushing all these termites. We didn't know what they were at the time. We didn't know that they were members of the termite royal family. Otherwise, we would have acted more cordially. Now, I'm just playing. We still would have killed him, but here's footage of the next day.
Whatever. And what do we do now?
Those are all wings.
We thought we defended well, but look, all the ground, still some shit moving around,
Oh, fuck.
and the wings, and look over here. All
Oh,
the
they
sand.
got everywhere here. The termite queen. Hello, your majesty. I don't know how you're getting out of this bathroom. The craziest part about this whole termite situation is that we asked everyone that worked at the lodge and they've never seen anything like this happen. So we are the first guests that this has happened to.
They're so cool. Red and black, but this one, if it's green and yellow, or green and red. And yellow. It would be a painted reed frog.
The little fucker was on the window, Nick.
And I said, right, you can't miss them. Oh, here we go.
Oh, what?
Here's a big praying mantis.
Wow.
This thing will bite me.
You eat them?
I know eat it. I know eat this one.
No. Will he eat the frog, the pregnancy?
no. He's a little bit too small
He's
for
too
that.
small.
But look at those hooks,
God,
eh?
he's cool. I'm scared.
This thing is huge. There we go. That's it. Come here, buddy.
It's interesting. It almost looks like a stick bug.
Yeah, so very similar to stick bug. There we go. Hey! No, I'm joking, he didn't bite me.
He's very fragile, it seems.
Look at that.
Wow.
That's a very, very big praying mantis. Look at those pinches there at the front. It's like hooks. It's Jackie Chan of the
It is.
bug world. This thing is insane. Look at the eyes, eh? So apparently they've got the best eyesight of any insect in the world.
Really?
Yeah, so
Wow.
this thing's got proper eyesight.
Is it 360?
Yeah. 360, it'll be able to see me now. You'll be able to see that I'm frowning. You'll be able to see you. But he would snatch up anything. These claws here at the front, look at that small little hook there.
Yeah.
Oh, just slam on to its prey and then grab it in. And they eat small little lizards. Small little lizards and tiny little other insects, anything they can overpower.
Is there any insect that preys on them?
Yeah, baboon spider in this area.
Baboon spider?
Baboon spider. It's like a tarantula.
Oh,
More or less
shit.
the same size, probably about this size.
Oh, wow. That's big.
And they're hairy as well.
Oh, wow.
Oh, very cool.
Baboon spider. Would you freak out, Christian?
He's wet. He's not happy.
He's so cool looking.
That's sick, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the local, the Bushmen, the original people from South Africa, the Khoisan and the Bushmen used to believe in these things. That was their religion. They believed in these praying mantises as a charm of good luck.
Are the Bushmen spread like throughout Africa, or is it specific regions?
Specifically Namibia, Botswana, and South Africa.
Okay.
So it's like in the deserts. So open, vast plains, deserts, and they would run for hundreds of kilometers. Small little guys like this.
Wow.
Small little guys. Like those would be the original native people before the Dutch settlers came here in 1652 with the first ship. So,
Gotcha.
but they're very small and their language is like just clicks. Like,
No way.
I'm not saying anything in Bushman right now.
Right.
But it's just clicks.
It's an example, yeah. Wow.
I
That's
still don't know how
wild,
to
yeah.
communicate, but it's crazy. It's almost like comparing it to Far Cry Primal.
Wow.
You're out there in the wild, you run for hundreds of kilometers in search of in that area would be springbok, other antelope, and then with a spear. It would take days, sometimes weeks. They sometimes don't eat meat for weeks at a time. If they manage to kill something like the largest antelope, the eland, that weighs up to about 2,200 pounds, they would use everything. They would utilize everything from that eland.
What's your YouTube channel?
Dramatic Africa, basically the daily life of a guide out here in the bush. Past 3 safaris, it's been something out of this world.
Yeah, well, we found the big 5, and is that rare to find the big 5 in 2 days?
Yeah. Sometimes we struggle even up to 4 days to find the big 5. 20 to 30 hyenas on a buffalo kill.
Yeah.
Inside water, that's very rare. With a leopard up in the tree. I mean, that's insane. That's very cool.
You know what's funny? When I first arrived here, I was so worried about the insects and getting bitten, but I haven't been bitten since I came here.
And not a single bite. I went on a hike in Australia in Brisbane, around Brisbane. I can't remember the area exactly, but I was quite young, and the guide was like, "Mate, you just got to be careful. There's Australian drop bears out here." I'm like, "What do you mean, drop bears?" Like,
Droppies?
yeah, a drop bear. Like,
Droppy.
how does a drop bear drop
Yeah, what does that
on the bear
mean?
drop, or what's the meaning of it? He's like, it's basically a bear that drops from the canopies and jumps on top of your shoulders and grabs hold of your ears. And I looked at him, I was like, you're talking nonsense. I told him straight, I was like, that doesn't make sense to me. He's like, it's the koala bears. I said to him, no, I've never heard of koala bears jumping out of trees to jump on top of people's heads and grabbing their ears. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, what?
Yeah. Would you like the zebra joke?
I would love to.
Okay, so we all know that the milk of most mammals are white.
Yeah.
What would be the color of a zebra's milk?
Oh. White?
Yeah, half of it's white. He doesn't want to leave me.
Oh, now he's cleaning.
I should take him inside.
The stage 5 cleaner.
There we go. There you go. No,
Oh.
leave me alone. I've had enough of you. There you go, buddy.
Oh, he likes you.
I think it's a she.
Oh, it's a she.
Yes. Yeah, so if you go to a zebra and you grab the teeth,
Yeah.
it'll be black, white, black, white, black, white, black, white. Yeah, what is the oldest animal in the world?
Shark?
A zebra?
A zebra?
Still black and white.
That's
One of those stupid dad jokes.
that's a good one. I like that one.
I remember when I was studying my lecture, my instructor was like, if you want to tell the difference between a male and a female zebra, you count the stripes. He told us that if it's an even number, it's a female. If it's an uneven number, it's a male. I mean, you fall for that stuff if you're 18 years old. We started counting, and I remember the one day I counted 139 stripes, and I was like, it's a male. And then I looked, and there was nothing in between the legs.
Yeah, there's no penis, so it's like
penis
it
there.
is.
No, nothing. And then the next one I counted, I was like, hey, I counted the stripes, and it was like, wow, this is a even number, but it's a male.
Yeah.
And I went to the lector and I was like, no, you bullshitting me. Come on, tell us the truth. You should tell us that giraffes sleep up in trees. But if you go to a massive tree,
What?
let's say there's a nice, like this branch over here.
Yeah.
Put the heads up there, the chin, and then tuck in their legs, and then be above the ground like this.
Oh, that's hilarious.
To get away from the lions. But obviously nonsense again. They've told us so much nonsense. Goodness gracious. And the one stage you're just like that.
Honestly, you guys, one of the best parts of this trip was meeting very genuine people like Rico and Winter. The entire staff was so accommodating and sweet, and so about that action, because it was raining, there were so many other guides that wanted to make their guests watch nature documentaries and didn't want to go out because they were afraid of getting wet. Rico and Winter couldn't wait to throw on a jacket and get out there.
Don't touch it.
What is it?
Is it alive?
So it's like this armored beetle.
Oh my god.
But look at its mandibles there at the front. This thing will bite your finger off.
Really?
Like, I just hope it doesn't come back to life now.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Look at the massive mandibles of this thing. Nah, this is the last bug you want to have in your bed.
That thing is crazy.
This thing is, and it's got a horrible scent that it secretes. Oh goodness, look at
Is
the
that one of the
abdomen.
biggest bugs here?
It would be one of the bigger beetles.
Yeah.
Okay, it might be bumpy. This might have been washed away a bit. So hold on. It might be a bit bumpy.
Oh yeah. This is so cool.
I know. That's cool. Hold on. There we go. We're almost there.
Huzzah! The first spotting was lion tracks, which was so cool to see, followed by zebras and giraffes.
It is far.
What's that in the back? Is that?
Wow.
So these are all gentlemen. These are all males.
I forgot how big these things are.
She's a lot smaller.
Wow.
Oh.
There we go. She's being feisty.
Oh.
Cute. She's just giving them
It's called getting busy.
a headbutt.
Oh.
That's love. That's love.
Oh, that's so sweet.
You might. She's gonna cross the road.
Oh my god.
So a lot smaller than the
She
male.
really is a lot.
But he's not too interested.
He's a giga Chad. Fucking stoic. Look at him. He doesn't even care.
He's not a normal guy.
Nah, he's big as shit. Is he the biggest one?
He's definitely the biggest male. Definitely. In between him and the male on the left. I'm not too sure.
The left is quite big.
So the males, the darker they get, that would more or less give away their age. The more testosterone they produce, the more melanin they produce. And it's also got to do with the genes.
Wow,
The males
that's
are often a lot darker. You often find them where they're completely dark, brown, and that will have to do what has to do with the genetics overproducing melanin, so melanism.
Do you think he'll let us pass?
Let's see how close we can get.
Should I scrunch over to the other side?
That should be quite cool.
They're not aggressive animals, right?
No, they're timid, very relaxed animals.
They really just sit perfectly still and chew.
More.
They just came out on the right.
So giraffes can't make a single sound or noise. This male is a good looking chap, but this boy on the left is Mark. Hello.
Oh, hi.
There's a
Hey, sweetie.
Sweet guy.
He's Big Daddy. And you can see him going towards the
I
female.
see. Look, she's eating the thorny bush.
Is that the thorny one?
Yeah. So there's a lot of
Wow.
trees out here with thorns.
Look at Big
One of the
Daddy.
acacia trees. You can see his tail is no longer. He's falling in love.
Oh.
No, she's not. He's like, no.
After watching the giraffes for about 15 minutes or so, we kept driving until we arrived at a lake. A giant crocodile lives in this lake, as do hippos.
That's the least of a word.
That's the most of that hippo you're gonna see.
Really?
During the day, hippos just inside the water and that's it.
As we drove away from the lake, we spotted some buffalo relaxing, and they sit in this circle formation so that they can cover each other's backs just in case a lion tries to surprise attack them.
Hey man, you owe me money.
He's so cute. I love his horns.
All those hours of consultation, you owe me money. Give it back now, pay up. Now, that's a fully grown male buffalo. That's 2,000 pounds plus. Okay, look at that
he's
thing,
a big dude, man.
It's a big animal. So he's ready to rumble. He's not.
Those horns are crazy.
There we
Oh,
go.
yeah, that'll stick your ass.
It's called a black-bellied bustard. I know it's a mouthful.
A black belly
What
bastard.
they do. There we go. Isn't that brilliant?
What?
Yeah. Aw.
This might be my favorite bird ever.
The nickname would be the champagne cork
Yeah.
bottle bird.
The black belly bustard.
Bastard.
Like busted, not
Oh,
bastard.
Is it bastard?
Bustard.
Busted.
Bustard. The black
Bustard.
belly bustard.
Black-bellied bustard. He might call again. And that would be his call for the females. You see him bending his neck and
That is so funny. Tim's gonna try that later.
If I can make some points with you, honey, I'd try anything. Oh, fuck, I'm not kidding.
What kind of animal is that?
When we got back to the house, we showered, then we had lunch. After a delicious lunch, we grabbed some beers and went out to the patio to drink and laugh and have a good time before our next safari. However, something unexpected happened. There was this giant centipede under the table, and it put its head up and hissed. Mom screamed the loudest I probably ever heard her scream in her life, and then Dad felt it necessary to challenge this thing to a duel, so I have the clip of that.
Heaven. Oh God.
Dad, you need something The clog isn't enough, dude.
That's some kind of a fucking...
So later that night, we invited Rico and Winter to have drinks with us, and we had a great time sharing stories, drinking, laughing, listening to Africa by Toto in Africa. We woke up the next day and went on our last safari in Kruger National Park, and I'll tell you what, it was bittersweet because we've had such a great stay here. At first on our last safari, we saw a couple elephants that were really friendly, and we said hi to them, made some faces at them, but I'll tell you what, because of the rain, there weren't a lot of animals that were out and about until all of a sudden we're driving, and I hear my mom scream, "Leopard in the tree, leopard!" And I look over and it's Malawan. We saw him again. What are the odds of that? We see the same leopard the next day, 7 miles from where we saw him yesterday. I zoomed in on Malawan to get a closer look, and he had a baby warthog up there that he just killed, so poor Pumbaa, RIP. This right here is why it's risky to go during the rainy season. We had to cross this big body of water, and for a while there, I thought that we were going to be floating along the river. But the good news is that didn't happen, and that is our last safari in Kruger National Park. I had the best time with our family, and I'm so happy that I could share this experience with y'all. Our first Wetsock safari. Thank you so much for staying this long. I'm sure that this is going to be a really long video. If you got some spare coin, please join our Yourwetsock channel membership program. We got custom emojis and exclusive content that's ad-free. I'm also going to be posting a lot more videos about the creatures from 9 Day Fiancé, as well as our adventures in Africa.